So 2 days ago, I get a message saying, hey, they never mentioned anything about the building module for the Galaxy. Are you going to talk about it? And I said, yeah, I think it's a good topic we should definitely bring up. But first, I want to wait and see what the devs say because it's exploding on Spectrum. It's going nuts on Spectrum. They are going to respond to it. And once the dev responds, we'll dive in and take a look. Or instead, why don't I freak out first and then make a video a day later when the response comes? Goes, oh, okay, now it makes sense. Which one should we do? How many times have we gone through this? So to those of you that messaged me and told me like 2 days ago about this, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Don't take my slow response as not caring. I just want to get all the information first and then react once we have all the information, as is the adult thing to do. As we've learned many, many times in the past, CIG will respond and they will take care of stuff. I don't know why some of you are losing your minds that they're trying to trick you or they're scamming you. Well, I mean, the scam is $700 million in at this point. But as my strategy proved to be correct, once again, just wait. You will get an answer. So if you've missed out on the drama, this is the Galaxy. It was sold, when was it, last year? And the cool thing about this Dorito ship is that it comes with a whole bunch of different modules in the middle. You can have a cargo one, a medbay one, a refinery one, and others. And now the others was going to be base building, which is very exciting because, I mean, most MMOs revolve heavily around your base building aspect of the game. So in the last the previous CitizenCon in last year's one, this is the building issue they had. This is the plan they had.
So this is what we would consider a surveyor. With this, we want to actually cater to everybody's playstyle, whether you're solo or in an org.
The base building we saw this year was vastly superior and much more polished than what they showed us last year, which was very nice to see that they put in so much thought into it. I mean, last year they were basically thinking, here's your little cart. I mean, we've seen that. That's out now.
With this, you got different buildings that you can produce, from small, medium to large to XL or XL. So with the surveyor tool, you can only build the small buildings. With a vehicle, you can build small and medium-sized buildings.
You can see immediately that some plans have changed because what's that vehicle called? It's a troop carrier right now. I'm going to say Atlas. What was it? They were going to use that as some sort of platform for your building, but they're not doing that now. That big tower shows up if you saw the demo they had this year.
With the Galaxy?
All right, so this is last year's presentation about the base building, and clearly they are showing you the Galaxy, implying that this missing module is going to be something for base building. Now, there's some kind of logistical questions I have because that module's in the center of the ship, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's finish watching the clip.
You can build small to large structures. And then obviously with the Pioneer, Pioneer can do it all.
And everyone cheered. Okay, so that's all we have to see there. Basically, the idea was that the module in the Galaxy allows you to land and you can build from that. That was not mentioned this year, all right? There was zero mention about that at all, but they showed us a new Pioneer, slimmed down one, and they showed us the new Star Lancer, which was going to be the building ship. And so obviously what this means to many of you geniuses out there is that they've canceled their plans after they made you buy the ship. They've changed their plans because now they want to sell you a different ship, because obviously. Now, do slip-ups happen? Totally. There's a lot of moving parts in the company. Some people work on this thing, some people work on that branch, and sometimes communication is not perfect. I 100% understand if there was a slip-up, but that's why I waited and go, let's see what they have to say. So the drama was, you paid, was it $350? What was the price of these? Beautiful ship. I didn't buy it, by the way. I just felt with owning the Pioneer and other ships already, there's no need for it. Where's the price? I think it was like $350 or so, around there. Please post in chat what the price for it was. And here is the drama, all right? Can you see that? Yes, it is. How possible, likely to get some clarification about the building module for the Galaxy. Like many other notes, a submission from the base building presentation. Surprise, rumor mill spun up, there's nerds everywhere, blah, blah. And J. Crew coming in saying, we plan to talk more about this at IAE, which is coming up in roughly a month from now. But a lot of people are discussing the very topic at the moment, so this is where the freakout began. There are no current plans to have base building module for the Galaxy. This is possibly true. There's a lot of stuff on the back burner, and when something's on the back burner, it just sits there until they get time to come around to it. So when they had the idea back in last year, CitizenCon, to make this ship, everyone sat around and said, you know what, a medical bay is cool, a cargo bay or a refinery bay. How about a building module? Yeah, that's a good idea. And they tossed it in. It doesn't mean they've canceled it, all right? While there's no current plan for it, it doesn't mean it is discontinued or canceled. The ship has been sold. And if you've bought the Galaxy just because it does have the option to build a base, they owe it to you. So when I saw this, I go, oh, well, okay, I agree. That's kind of upsetting if you bought it for that, because if you bought it, you don't want store credit. That's money, that's fresh cash you've put in. You don't want store credit. You want your money back. I would anyway, if they don't come through with that. So I found that strange that there's no plans, because there are plans. So what happened here is, what I assumed is there's some kind of miscommunication somewhere, because clearly there was a plan. Clearly there was a plan. And if it's on hold, then it's on hold. Say that. So I was kind of confused about this at first, but I wanted to wait and see the clarification on it, right? So there was no current plans for base building on the Galaxy. Doesn't mean it'll never be there, but it's nothing in concept, plan, or production schedule. That obviously is not what you want to hear if you bought the Galaxy for the building aspect of it, or you bought the Galaxy just because you definitely want that. No one wants to hear this. So what happened here is basically, miscommunication, not clear communication between different groups. Now, you'd expect Mr. Crew to be well aware of everything, but honestly, those of you who've worked in large companies, there's 1,000 things happening at the same time. Mistakes happen, and this is clearly a case of basically communication not going through the right channels. The Star Lancer BLD will be the ship you can build large structures with when it's available in-game. Obviously, this is triggering to a lot of people because the Star Lancer is the new ship being sold, and they're saying, well, if you got the Galaxy, well, you're out of luck. Screw you, because now this is the ship you need. Now, yes, I agree with those of you who are angry. That is not right. It shouldn't be that way. I did not believe that this is their intention. I do not believe, well, I did not, we have the answer now, but I did not believe at the time of reading this that they would simply cancel the building module from the Galaxy, because that would, if that happened, I would join you. I'd be first in line with a pitchfork, a flaming pitchfork at that matter. The only confirmed modular addition to the ones in the pledge store is the manufacturing module, general rule of thumbs, blah, blah. The Perseus, the next RSI capital ship in production. Sweet! As a Perseus owner, this is my favorite line ever. Put down the greater percentage of shared assets with the Polaris. Excellent. So, yes, obviously very concerning, and everyone went apeshit crazy, as you should, but let's wait and see what is said next. And that came this morning, and this is a story, all right? J. Crew updating. Hello, everyone. I realize my previous comments may have given the wrong impression, and I spoke too soon on this topic. Right? As I said in the beginning, there's a lot of different moving parts. Sometimes communication is not clear. I've since regrouped with the larger team to ensure we're fully aligned on the Galaxy's future. To clarify, while there's no base building module currently in development for the Galaxy, we are fully committed to enabling a large base building drone module. I want to talk about this for a second also. A base building drone module for it down the line. The Galaxy won't be the first ship for building large-scale structures when base building launches, because the one they're selling you next will be. But it will come soon after. Its potential for the role is very much intact. So there was definitely someone on the team that was on top of it. It was not communicated clearly that this is still in the books. It's cooking in the background. It just wasn't currently being developed. My earlier comment about things being speculative was incorrect. I want to make sure that when we talk about things on stage, IEC and presentation, you can walk away feeling confident. Information we share. We'll share more information about this module as it becomes available. I strongly suspect A lot of information will be coming available very soon because the amount of freaking out on the forums. So look, don't get me wrong. I think when CIG does wrong, it's definitely good for the community to freak out. But there's also the important fact of understanding the complexities when you have large companies of their size, that things can get mixed up. So that's why I said, let's wait and see. And I told you guys I would make the video when the information came out. So I'm satisfied with the answer. I think it was miscommunication between the teams. It seems that everything is happening. But my next question is this, all right? Hopping on to the positive side now, so we can stop freaking out about it. A drone module in there. So the drones fly out the ship, and maybe you guys, if follow this a lot closer, can explain it to me. How do they exit? Do they have to exit from the back? Well, I guess they could just take down some walls. It's going to take some restructuring of the internals of the ship to fit the module, I think, if you want the drones to fly at the back. Alternatively, maybe they'll fly at the top because they have to get out and collect stuff and come back in, right? So I'm excited for that. I don't own the ship. I think it's definitely very cool, but I think I've pretty much reached my limit on what I can use personally. Plus the space stations, right? Let's be honest here. Once the space station is built, I'm not leaving it. I'm just going to sit there in the crow's nest and just look upon everything. And that'll be my day. But definitely a cool little ship. And if you are looking for a very interesting and useful vehicle in Star Citizen, I would recommend this. If you have money to burn, it's like $400 or so with all the modules. I forget the price. You'll see it listed below here, but definitely a cool ship. And if it does come, when it comes to building module, it'll be one of the nicer ones, in my opinion. But let's wrap it up there, guys. Crisis averted. Good work, everyone. Next time we hit one of these issues, remember my voice. Wait for the devs to give clear feedback, and then we can choose whether you want to freak out or not after that. That's just how it goes. Anyways, for all new guys who've joined recently, welcome. Pleasure to have you. If you like my content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, your comments below, always appreciated. Catch you in the next one.